Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Check it out. Today we're reviewing a truck. This is the 1/16th scale little Toyota Hilux. This is kind of a simulation truck or a scale truck. It does have a simulated alloy skeleton. So you can see here, they give you a little preview on the box where it is metal and it's four-wheel drive. And look at this. It's from the 1980s, so you guys, if you're into scale trucks and older trucks, especially Toyotas, that Hilux was an awesome truck. Anyway, this is by WPL model, and we're going to review this today. We're going to unbox it, we're going to inspect it, we're going to take it out in the yard and bash it, see how it does. So let's get started. Okay, so this one's called the Off-Road Hercules. We saw the front of the box. Here is what the side looks. Another photo. The top, it's telling us some dimensions of the truck, width, length. And here's the back of the box. I got this version. This is actually the tan greenish version. It also comes in that red version you saw on the front of the box. This one looks like it has the bed, and the other one doesn't have a bed. It's kind of a flat bed edition. It's also saying it has an LED headlight. So let's pull this thing out of the box and see what it looks like. And let's pull it out. Man, this thing's so cool. Wow, it is kind of a flat bed. Okay. So that was a little bit deceiving on the box. I thought I was going to get a full bed version, but apparently I guess you can get them in both colors, and the full bed and the flat bed version. But this is the flat bed version in that tan color. So let's see what we get. So just taking off the top plastic here, a couple of parts kind of fell down. We'll open this bag in just a second. This is exciting. I really am into scale trucks when I can be. Of course, I review a lot of things, but whenever I get one of these, it's just like so much fun to me because look at that thing. It looks like a little mini scale Toyota Hilux. And it looks really cool looking. Anyway, that's the truck. Looks like this little USB charger fell out for the battery. Really cheap little charger. Here's the controller. Speaking of cheap, so it is a very tiny little charger, and is this gonna have proportional steering? Maybe not. I was really hoping this would be proportional. All we have is an on-off switch here. Of course, we have our throttle, possibly brake and reverse. But listen to this wheel. Loose, and then it just clicks. It clicks into like a little switch. So it's like the wheels are going to be turning on and off is what I'm assuming here. Anyway, I'm going to pull this thing open really quick just to see what kind of batteries we have to put in the controller. I'm assuming 1 or 2 AA's. Yeah, so 2 AA's in there. Anyway, getting to the truck. This is the cool part. At least it looks cool, right? So there we go. There's our servo, I guess our on and off servo up there inside. The wheels and tires look pretty good. Kind of a hard rubber. But this is a very cheap truck apparently. This cross stabilizer bar is plastic, as are all of these. Linkages are all plastic. The shocks feel like they just have kind of springs inside the shocks. If I go a little bit closer, you can see that little piston, but that's just a spring up inside there. So the metal they're talking about apparently is the main frame, because all this stuff is plastic. These things are plastic. The drag links, and actually this is a hard plastic too, so the pumpkin and everything, this is all plastic. This does not feel metal. So they were kind of telling the truth. Like there's a couple pieces of the chassis that's metal, but that's about it. Everything else looks aluminum or plastic, and the only aluminum part actually is this top part right here on the bed. You can see that it's not independent. This is full axle suspension, so it's going to look kind of realistic, I guess, when we're going down the road. And if we push one by one, that's our travel there, and if we push the whole center, that's our travel in the center. So not much travel at all, but you can see that there, just enough to hit the fender. And then in the back, looks like a little bit more travel back and forth, and then both wheels up. Then we do have a full spare tire on the back. This looks like the exact same tire that's coming on the actual wheels on the truck. We got this little box in the back. Can we pick that up? Oh, neat. Okay, that's where the battery is. I just pulled open this top box, this back box, and the battery comes out. NiCad, 700 milliamp hour, 6 volt. So kind of like those batteries you find in some of the Huina toys. You know, like those little excavators I've recently reviewed. And it looks like we're going to be putting on some trim, like the door handles and the mirrors. It's got the plastic, clear plastic in the front, and kind of a hard plastic body shell here. It does look like these lights are going to work. Cool. The headlights do look like they have wires, and they do have LEDs in there. You see there's some wires up inside there. I'm not sure if you can see that white wire way in there. Definitely 4-wheel drive. You can see as I turn it here, the wheel, all 4 wheels are turning. Might want to be a little bit careful binding this one. I'm not sure how powerful it's going to be, but we don't want to snap anything because it looks like there's no differentials whatsoever. This is just fully locked. Here's the inside there. If we look right in, looks pretty detailed. Look at that seat. Bench seat with, looks like the padding stitching also. It looks like the dash, Toyota dash and steering wheel. So it looks pretty cool, pretty authentic in there. Anyway, I want to open up this guy and see all the parts we get. Just this bag is just kind of taped up. So this is kind of neat. If you're into like modeling and putting stuff together, I guess that's what this will be good for. If if you're into this, or you're trying to do modeling with your kid and your child, and you enjoy doing stuff like putting stuff together. It looks like we have a light bar for the top if you wanted to put that on. It doesn't come with any LEDs for the top. Door handles. There's our windshield wipers. This looks like a bumper. There's more screws that came in it there. There's a little screwdriver it comes with. Another, this might be the Sidestep Bars. Yeah, that's what that is. So you see that. Those are the step bars if you want to put those on. This is the Snorkel. That's cool. Snorkel there you can put along the side. I thought I saw that in the picture. Let's get a little bit more of a close-up shot. And check that out. You can put that Snorkel on there. And it looks like for this one, you might want to have a little bit of super glue or a little bit of modeling glue, CA glue. Or you could just pop them in. You feel how those pop in. I can feel them popping. So that was actually easy. That all snapped in. Don't need any glue for that one. Then we have our mirrors and our little tow hooks we're going to put on too if we want to. You see how these things just, they just snap right in. It looks like they just spread apart and snap right in there, so we can put those on if we want to. So it ends up looking pretty darn cool, pretty authentic looking truck once we get all this stuff on. Yeah, so this is the top piece of the Snorkel that just pushes on. Again, we could glue it. I'm just gonna push it on. It pushes on pretty tight. And then if you don't know where some of these things go, look at the instruction manual. So it tells you all the parts here. And then it's telling us where all these go: windshield wipers, handles, mirrors, Snorkel. So we have an on-off switch right here. Those cars that have non-proportional steering, they always have these little steering adjusters. So if it's kind of creeping one way or the other, since you can't really slowly move the controller, you're gonna have to kind of tune it with this little thing back and forth for it to go straight. All right, cool. I'm gonna put everything on this thing, guys. Maybe I'll do a little quick speed up video of me putting it on, and then we'll get out to the backyard and the street, and we'll just kind of bash this little thing and see how it looks on video and how it does. There we go, just plugged in the battery, clipping that back down. And I will say that I put all these things on, and I got some shoe glue, and I just took these back out and put some shoe glue in the mirrors. And what else did I do shoe glue on? Oh yeah, the windshield wipers here, just a little bit. And then before you put them on, you kind of want to bend them in the concave of the windshield, otherwise they kind of pull up. So I got those on nicely. And then the Snorkel here, put a little bit of shoe glue in there too, and it seems like it doesn't really want to push on the side super tight, so I kind of had to hold it while the glue was drying, and then I put some shoe glue on there. The actual handles here, door handles, didn't really need any because they pop in nice and tight. And and everything looks really good. I don't think these are going to fall off because this isn't a very fast truck. And they actually gave 2 more little tow hitch things, and I just actually found a place. I don't think they're supposed to go here, but I just found a place here for them on the undercarriage of the frame. So first thing we want to do is turn the truck on, or the controller. You can do either or. We'll try the controller first. Just turning on there. We're seeing it blink, and then we turn on the truck, and you see the blink stop, so it binds right away. So let's take this thing out. Let's do a little bit of grass traversing and rocks and road and all that. See how it does. It is non-proportional steering, and it's kind of one of those older type of servos where it's like a gear that just keeps turning. So it's either on or off, and then it makes that noise almost like it's kind of grinding while you turn. Throttle is proportional though. You can see the throttle is proportional. There's no brake, it just goes straight to reverse. And you can see all the drive shafts and all that working. So it's pretty scale and authentic looking, and the drive shafts and the pumpkins and all that. And all the stabilizer bars. So pretty cool. I don't think you want to be bashing too hard with this thing, but we're going to put it through a pretty good test. Alright, so setting her down, and let's just see what it can do. See what the articulation is and stuff. So you can see it looks really neat when you're going over stuff. It looks very authentic and to scale. It's just I wish that steering was proportional, but that's okay. So it's locked 4-wheel drive, so it's totally locked. So there's no differential or anything. So keep that in mind if you're jamming it and jamming it. But as you can see, it's getting over stuff pretty good. Let's just kind of go over here. See what it can kind of do over some stuff. It just rained, so it's kind of wet. Yeah. There's some articulation there. Let's get through some of this tighter grass. There it goes. So you see that's kind of its limitation. So I guess maybe it won't strip any gears because it doesn't have enough power to strip them, it seems. You see how I'm kind of maxing it out right there? And everything's kind of binding up. Yeah, but man, for you scaler guys, or even if you have a child that's trying to get into scale trucks, this might be a good start. You can see how it kind of had a hard time getting over that, up that hill, but it sure does look cool. That's full throttle. Not very fast at all, but it does look very realistic. I'm loving it. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, let's try to go over here. I want to get over down there to those rocks. Let's just go for it. Oh, and the lights too. The lights look really authentic too. They've got those side marker lights, but it only has those white LEDs in front. But still loving the look of it. Anyway, continuing on. Full speed. That's it. Nothing super fast here. Let's get over in these rocks and see how it does. Alright. So again, this is very toyish, so it might have quite a hard time with these rocks, but I'm just going to try it anyway. Wow, better than I thought right there. Definitely is going to probably get stuck right here. So that's reverse, and it's just kind of binding on itself. Not able to really do much, so you're going to have to rescue it a lot, it seems. Let's get a little bit of a better angle here. Alright, maybe we can make this line going straight across. Let's try it. Yeah. There we go. So the articulation is really realistic looking. You see that? So the way the whole suspension works, it works like a real truck. I think that's pretty cool. Wow. So realistically, it's pretty cool. A little bit of binding there on the wheel. See that rear wheel's binding up? So you gotta kind of pick another angle and just hit it hard. There we go. So if you want realism, this thing is really fun, and I think it's super cheap too. They're making these things so cheap, you know. These Chinese companies can just mass produce these super cheap. Kind of like the Huina brand too, is they make some really neat, authentic looking excavators, and they work really well, but they're still kind of toyish and they don't have much power. So it's like they're kind of saving money in the, you know, power and durability realm of these things, but still work fine. Lots of fun. See how the pumpkin on the back is kind of getting hung up on that rock, so need to pick another line. We'll be looking at the bottom too when we're done with this bashing. See how scraped up it is. See this thing go. Nice. That's full throttle, spinning, hooked up on the bottom. Yeah, not a whole lot of torque in the steering servo either. There we go, power through. There we go. We made it all the way down the curve. Well, that's pretty cool. Looks like that back popped up, so we'll clip that back down. That was kind of fun, actually. I like doing that. Making something go where it's not really made to go. A little too hard for it, but good little bash test on this thing. Come on, baby. Let's try to get down this curb again. So it's gonna get quite hung up, guys, on the pumpkin and the drive shafts and stuff. Whoa. Oh. That thing popped up again. Let's see how it does going over a curb. Of course, it's not even gonna be able to go forward at all. See that? We're gonna have to hit it at kind of an angle. Let's try a side. There we go. Oh, and that's gonna flip us over. So not made for anything more than like little rocks like this. Let's try to maybe take it in the grass over there, see how it does. Yeah, so this one in grass don't really mix either. You can see how that's full throttle. Pretty slow and boggy. So I'd try to stay away from grass for this one. Still full throttle going up. Not much power. I bet you it'll actually probably stall trying to go up this little hill here. Right here. Full throttle. Ooh, yeah, see. So it just doesn't have enough power or voltage to get up any kind of hills or hill climbing. And I think they do that on purpose, just so you're not like grinding gears and twisting drive shafts, because this thing is so cheap. And so that's actually a good design for a small toy like this. Let's see how precision it is on this little curve here. Curb. Even with this notchy steering, you can still do it. Yeah, you can still do it, even though the steering's kind of off or on. Whoa. You can do it, Toyota. Yeah. All right. That's full turn to the left. So the turning too, not that great. Let's try full turning to the right. The right is definitely better turning on my version here, my model. Wow, we're just bashing it. Look at that. I'm surprised it's getting over this. Oh, spoke too soon. So see, we're high centered here. So this is the kind of stuff that this truck's not good for, because it's got all these suspension components underneath and stuff hanging down. You can already see it's, you know, it's getting a little bit scratched. Nothing's broken yet, just a little bit of wear and tear. Yeah, all those fails, just go for it. Full throttle it. Go! There we go. Go, 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 go. Oh yeah. Alright. I think that's as much as I want to do with this little Toyota truck. Definitely fun. Let's go ahead and go over a little pros and cons with this guy. So from what you guys have seen, this is going to be a truck that's more for like people that like scale kind of stuff, like scale trucks, especially Toyota fans. I think they have a few other types of trucks as well, but this is the Toyota version. Super cheap. and it performed good enough. I'm a little bit disappointed at that non-proportional steering. That's definitely a money saver, but it seems like they could have just put a regular servo in there. The speed control though, you can see is proportional. So just a little bit of throttle and full throttle, going a little bit faster. And it's really neat to just see all these axles and stuff working. That's definitely a bonus on little scale trucks like this. I hope you guys enjoyed this review and that was informative for you. Nothing broke, did great, but it's just a little underpowered and no proportional steering. But if you like scale looking trucks, this one's great for a super cheap price. And I will have the links in the description down below the video, down there. So as always, check the link, check the pricing and where you can get this thing from. Lots of fun. And I'm gonna be doing a lot more of these ones, military trucks and also more scale little trucks like this. So stay tuned and watch out for the next video. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.